All right, now we're doing this right. And I do see sound. So, how to make amazing guacamole. And the most obvious thing, but a lot of people don't think about it. The avocados are the most important part. So, fortunately, I live in California. We have the best avocados in the world. Most of our avocados come from Mexico. They're also good, but I found that if I find ones from California, which I've been able to find consistently at Whole Foods, I end up with better guacamole. The other thing you need to think about that's most important about your avocados is their ripeness. If they get too ripe, they lose flavor, they get watery. And if they're not ripe enough, the texture's all off and the flavor is, I don't even know how to describe it, but it's not right. So you got to find perfect avocados. So timing is everything with making guacamole. And of course, you're going to need lime. You're going to need salt. I'm going to stick to what's key here. Yo, Retro. Hey, Carolina. So, let's see. I like to keep things very basic. Like, you could go crazy with this. Now, I prefer red onion, but any onion is good. And I'm going to show you some tricks that I do because you take forever making the simplest thing. I get this crushed garlic, frozen from Trader Joe's. It comes in these like squares. So when you use this, it makes things really easy. I found that when I cut up the garlic myself, which is preferred, that my hands end up smelling like garlic for days. So you could wear gloves, but what I like to do is just use this. It's easy. I don't have to cut up garlic. And the garlic that they put in these frozen squares is excellent. So here we go. I'm going to grab one of my plastic bowls. I love plastic bowls for some reason. Being I'm going to be moving in a van, this is going to be perfect. But I always try to pop these out first because they need to defrost, which doesn't take long. And you could use one of these per avocado, depending on the size of your avocados. These are Haas avocados, by the way. Yo, Retro. So I think I'm gonna go with one. I want to be subtle. I don't want to like steer you guys in the wrong direction. And really, like, everybody has their own taste, but I do believe that in any situation, you don't want to overdo your seasonings, although I love strong flavors. The flavor of your guacamole primarily should come from your avocados. So but I'm going to bring out some ingredients that I think are important. Well, you know what? Here's an ingredient that's not important. But I do like to put some red peppers. And another thing we like to do is roast a jalapeno. So I guess forget about what I was saying. Another thing that's really good is cilantro right here. So these ingredients, the cilantro, the jalapeno, and the red pepper are not important. But to me, they are. Okay, so you can make excellent guacamole without these three things, but I just love these things, so I'm going to use them. What's important is your onion. I have already diced onions, so I'm going to be lazy and use this. Your lime, your salt, and your garlic. Those are the important ingredients. So here we go. I'm going to put some onion. This is for 2 avocados. I'm going to pull out the little piece of onions that I don't like the way they look. And remember, we're going light. we don't want to overdo anything. It should be mostly like 90% of what's in this should be avocado. Maybe even 95%. Can you hear Lonnie? Lonnie's trying to get in on this. So what's up with you guys? How are you guys doing? Let's start roasting this jalapeno. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna put the camera down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing here. So I'm roasting a jalapeno. Don't look at my gut. This is how I roast a jalapeno. I just throw it on there. I let it cook. And then eventually I'll scrape it. I'll cut it up. Take out the seeds because you don't want those. And I'm going to put that whole jalapeno in here. It's going to be spicy. Now the cilantro, what you're going to want to do is rinse this. So I actually use the this thing from the fryer, the air fryer. I never use the air fryer, but I do use this basket to prepare my cilantro. You know what? A lot of the cilantro doesn't look good, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out the parts that do look good and throw the rest of this away. You don't want the stems, you really just want the leaves. A little bit of stems are okay. Like don't spend the rest of your life picking stems out. But do pick out the leaves that don't look good. The one thing I do when I cook, that I notice, like I have a hard time even eating at other people's homes and things, because a lot of people don't really put the love into their food that I do. And I find that they also don't use best practices as far as like the scientific issues that you run into when cooking to make sure that everybody's safe, that you don't have any unnecessary bacteria. You know, like even the littlest things, like when you get your food home, using a cooler bag to make sure that the bacteria doesn't grow in your food before you actually get it in the fridge. I feel bad throwing this away, but it just doesn't all look good. So I'm going to toss it. I think I did my best. Dude, where's Quincy? This is special for Quincy because the last time I cooked burgers, and he doesn't eat meat. So I thought, you know, hey, I'll do something vegetarian for him. Where you at, Quincy? So I'm just plucking on a couple stems, no big deal. I'm going to rinse this. I'm going to take this and just set it here to dry. Now, what you could do if you have a salad spinner, you could kind of use this thing as a salad spinner and just shake it back and forth, but you're just going to get water everywhere. But if you have a salad spinner, or an herb spinner is even more like it, because those are smaller, and you can throw all this in there, spin it, and then you have your herbs are all ready to go, dry. But since I don't have, well, I do, but I just being lazy right now, I don't want to get out my salad spinner. Just a little bit of cilantro, no big deal. So I'm just going to let that sit while I work on other stuff. Looks like I need to turn this roasted pepper over. Be aware that that roasted pepper is hot. So you're going to want to be careful with this pepper. Let's turn that. Hey, Lenny. Let's turn that over. Now that is well roasted right there. That's what you want. You want it to be completely charred. Can't get it to sit the way I want it to right now. There we go. Whoa, I just burnt this. Oops. I just burnt perfectly good tongs. Look at that. So don't do that. So let's open up these avocados and see what we're working with here. Now, I don't want to say that like somehow I'm better at cutting avocados or anything. I just want to show you how I do it because there's a lot of different ways to do this. But this is what I do. I start at the top. And also when you pick out your avocados, you can tell by looking at an avocado which ones are going to have the biggest pits in the middle and have actually more edible flesh. Here's a good example, actually. So do you notice the shape difference between these? See how this one is actually a little bit longer? Any avocado that's got a more pronounced lengthened neck right here, it'll have a smaller seed. Any avocado that's more round is going to have a bigger seed. So let's see. These are pretty close, but let's open these up and see if I'm right. So I cut it like this all the way around. And give it a little twist. Pops apart. Looks beautiful. Now you take this, give it a little tap. Be careful. Don't hurt yourself. Now you can take the seed out like that. So now I forgot which one was which. I think this was the more lengthened one. So be careful. What I usually do with these seeds is I just go over to the trash can and I like pop it against the side of the trash can and then the seed falls off like this. And it just falls off into the trash. So I think this was the more round one. Yeah, I think this might be a good example. So yeah, just go up to your trash can like this and just go like that, boom, and it falls on the trash can. So this was the more round one. This is the longer one. And you can see that the round one had the bigger seed.
Oh.
All right, our pepper is charred. Okay, so to get this avocado into the bowl, I just squeeze it. One thing you should probably do is wash the outside of your avocados too, just to be safe. Just squeeze it all out. There you go. I don't know if you can hear my mom making a big deal out of me doing this video right now. So annoying. This one's a little bit harder. But yeah, the reason I do it like this is just it kind of starts mushing it already. And you don't have to do it this way. It's just a quicker way. Sometimes you'll also notice like the tips will have like unsavory looking brownness. So you can put that in there if you don't care, but I like to take that off. I like everything that goes into my food to look beautiful. All right. So I made guacamole last night. I don't know if you saw my video that I posted. But that guacamole did not come out good because the avocados weren't that good. So I still have a craving. So I'm looking at how much we got in here, and I'm thinking maybe I should have used more garlic. But the garlic isn't what's super important. Like I was telling you, you don't want to over season guac. You want to get good ingredients and let the guacamole be flavored by the avocados. Okay. One thing I do when I have a paper towel that's essentially clean, because all I had sitting on here was the cilantro, I'll just set it aside to reuse it, and then my mom will come along and just throw a perfectly good paper towel away. She throws everything away. So now you want to squeeze your lime in there, because what happens is avocado oxidizes. So it'll turn brown from the air now that you have it cut open. Lime or lemon is an antioxidant. So when you squeeze the lime on the avocado, it'll slow down that process of it turning brown. So you want to get that lemon in there. Now, for this much, you can definitely put a whole lemon. I'm not going to do that because, like I was saying, I got some great avocados, and I don't want to over season. So, but I am going to get a little bit of this lemon pulp in there, just for the hell of it. All right. Now, I love red pepper, cayenne pepper. So I'm going to dump some of this in here, but not a lot. This will actually change the color of your guac. So unless you want that change, like if you want your guacamole to be bright green, maybe don't use this, or just don't put much. We need to get our salt in there. You should always measure your salt, okay? I tend to eyeball this. I mean, you never know like the sizes of avocados and stuff, but basically I'm saying do as I say, not as I do. Measure your salt, always. Now, of course, you salt to taste, so even after measuring salt, you may find that you need to add a little bit more. And at that point, you can just, dash it, mix it, taste it until it's right. Because you never know. Like sometimes you need to put more. Now here we have our charred pepper that's super hot. And we got to take this over to the sink. Can you see me over here at the sink? Yeah, you can kind of see what I'm doing. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a knife and I'm going to scrape the char off of the pepper, and then I'm going to rinse it. So here we go. Scraping. It should scrape right off. If you char it well, the pepper should be soft, and the roasted part should just scrape right off. When this thing's steaming hot, you might need to cool it off a little bit more. This thing is burning me right now, so be careful. Maybe roast your pepper first and let it cool off. For the sake of the live stream, I'm just going to keep going, and I'll just spray. I'll rinse it off with cool water. Let me get all this out. So that's ready right there. Don't rub your eyes at this point, since you've been touching peppers. I forget what this is called. I don't know if it's called like julienne, but the way I like to cut it is like mincing it. So I cut it into strips lengthwise. And at that point is when I mince it. I don't know if you can see that. You really want to cut the jalapeno up as small as you can. A lot of the ingredients that you put in guac should be undetectable. I like it when guac doesn't have chunks in it. Other chunks of avocado are good, but you don't want like big chunks of tomato or onion or whatever you're putting in there. I'm not putting tomato in this. I personally, I don't mind tomato in my guac, but I've done that more than I haven't, and I've realized over the years that I like the guacamole better without tomato. And if you do put tomato in it, you don't want to add stuff to your guacamole that's going to make it watery. Like, the goal is creamy. Creamy, creamy. And a big part of making your guacamole creamy is making sure that your avocados are quality and at the correct ripeness. And that's something that, I could easily just tell you this is what you need. But a lot of this you figure out with experience and making guacamole 1,000 times. You start to figure it all out. But here we go. Put this in there. I'm trying to think, did I forget anything? Did I forget anything, guys? Hey, Clarity. What should I add? All right. This is looking really good. So don't tell Quincy, but we're having tacos tonight. So that's what I'm preparing for. But, if you do tell Quincy, just tell him that it's beyond me. It's not beyond me, though. Yo, Payman, what's up? Oh, yeah. Thanks for dropping in, though. Let's see. I'm reading, gotta read the chat here. See if I forgot anything. Or if I missed anything, I mean. Oh, yeah, Retro. No problem. Oracle Dave. No, don't look at me like I'm the expert. I'm just telling you what I do. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's people out there that make better guacamole than me. But I'm just letting you know the things that I've learned that's helped me make better guacamole. And I'm totally open. I'm totally open to anybody's input. If you have anything that you know, definitely share it with us. And if I don't like what you have to say, I will ridicule you until you unsubscribe. And I will mention how much of a moron I thought you were every live stream until the end of time. So be careful what you said. No, I'm kidding. Let's see. I should start getting new shorts. Why? you want to buy me new shorts? I might wear them. Clarity Creek. Whatever you want. Love it. I just. Oh my gosh, Jordan. Okay, so I'm trying to think if I forgot anything here. Look at this though. It already looks good. I haven't even started mixing it up yet. Come on, focus. There we go. Look at that. My parents keep coming in here, and they like just kind of stare at what I'm doing. Salt, lime, avocado, jalapeno. Yeah. Honestly, like if I try to say what, like to reduce it to the least amount of ingredients that are important, I would say garlic and onion, salt and lime, and avocado. Like, you know that where they say like anything that's really good only has 5 ingredients. So those are the 5 ingredients. But of course, like I like to put cilantro and jalapeno, like, you know, spice it up a bit. But yeah, I think this is done. I just gotta whip it up now. The way I whip it up is I like to take a big fork. I kind of use the fork to chop the big pieces in half. Once I have them kind of thoroughly chopped with the side of the fork, that's when I like to start mixing it up. Now, these avocados were not quite ripe enough. I'm having a hard time. Like, they should be relatively soft when you do this part. These I'm having to work a little bit too hard, but they were the ripest ones. Like, I was touching way too many avocados in there. I think people were looking at me like, why is he touching all the avocados? But it was hard to find any that were ripe. These are the ripest ones I could find. We already had avocados at home, but they were really not ripe. They were green on the outside, like bright green. Oh. Of course, make sure you wash your hands before you cook. And like I said, wash the outside of those avocados. A lot of people don't think about that. But any contamination on the outside of the avocado with you touching them and like different things that you're doing could end up in your guacamole. So if you're trying to be safe, you're going to want to wash the outside of those avocados. Now, I do like restaurant tortilla chips. These came from Senor Sol, which is like a really great restaurant that we have in Northridge. Senor Sol right there. I personally, when I'm home, I like to use these organic chips from Trader Joe's, dippers, because they are so good. And they have a version that says elote, and it's got like all these spicy seasoning on them. Those are my favorite. But this guac was not made for dipping, although there's a lot of it here, so that may happen. This was made for our tacos we're making tonight. So this is almost done. I just want to make sure it's thoroughly mixed, and then I'm going to taste it and make sure that it's got the right flavor. Definitely not ripe enough. So when you see what this looks like, it's not going to look like got that creamy appearance that I was telling you about. It's going to look kind of chunky, and that is not what you want. But like I said, yeah, and don't cough on your food like I just did. So, yeah, this is actually looking pretty good. And then also, don't make this too ahead of time, right? Because your guacamole is going to turn brown. One thing you can do to prevent your guac from turning brown is you can put it in a container. Like, try to find like a taller container. Like, you could almost put it in like a cup, right? Like, put all this in a cup. And then layer the top with a little bit of sour cream. Just like a light layer of sour cream. If you cut off the oxygen, the guac won't change color. And it'll last a long time. And then once you serve the guac, just mix it up real good and serve it. But I think we're good here. We can taste it. I want to show you guys what it looks like. I do love guac. You can never have enough too, so however many avocados you think you want to make for people, like if it's you, obviously one's probably good enough. But if you're making guac for people, you can never have enough. So let's see what we got. Ooh, it's spicy. They're going to complain about how spicy it is. Ooh, so good. Hey, Nick. Oh, yeah, avocado on a burger for sure. Love me a Cobb salad with some avocado. Ooh, it is so spicy. Make a note. If you don't want it really spicy, don't put as much jalapeno as I just put in it because this stuff has a kick. Take a look. You know, let me give you, the light here is kind of yellow. I should change the light right here so it looks better. But I'm going to light this with my phone so you can actually see a little better idea of what it looks like. I'm going to focus on. There we go. Let's see how it tastes. This is the elote.
Thank you.
Spicy.
Oh,
You might want to get some milk.
you use jalapeno in it?
Of course.
You know, we have jalapeno too.
These chips are spicy too.
Oh. Uh-oh. Are you going to make tacos next?
Nope.
Oh, this is good. But it's spicy.
Everybody wants to see you make tacos now.
Do it now?
Oh. So the way I wrap this, just temporarily, because I kind of like serving cold guacamole. At least not room temperature. So I like to take my plastic wrap and kind of push it onto the surface like this. Of course, the other way that I mentioned is better. But if you just push it on there like that, that'll cut the oxygen off pretty good. But this is only good temporarily. This is not going to last hours.
Grandma's tacos are next.
Tapatio. Yeah, Chipotle makes good guac. All right, so that's how you make amazing guacamole. Oops. Now it's time to make grandma's tacos.
We just dice up the tomato. We kind of put it in the bowls. Cut up the avocado.
Obviously, that's not going to be necessary. All right, let's get out of here. We got to chat. So my mom, she loves to tell people what to do. Like her whole goal in life is to get to people to submit to her commands and her desires. It's not appropriate. It's not healthy, but that's what she does. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but when I left right now, she was starting to try to tell me what to do and telling me to make tacos when that was never the plan. But anytime anything's going on and you're near her, she wants to start telling people what to do. So, like, it's not going to be like, oh, thanks for making the guacamole for the tacos. It's like, oh, you did that. Now you can do this. And you can do everything. Whatever. I don't mean to sound like unappreciative, but I've done a lot of research about psychology, and it's not healthy. It's a personality disorder. So it gets very discouraging, and it's caused a lot of problems in my life. So, but fortunately, I understand it a lot better now. So, I'm less prone to fall victim to people that behave in that way. Although I am, being an empath, I'm the natural victim of those types of people. So it's kind of crazy. It's a lot to deal with. Oh, you're like grandma was one of those people? Oh, damn, Slick Nick. Sorry to hear that. It's just, just because people have problems, it doesn't mean that they're like, I don't even know what to say. It doesn't mean that they have no value. It just means you need to be careful around them because they can be very hurtful and lash out. And I mean, they don't even realize what they're doing. But basically, their whole goal in life is to have everybody else be miserable. So, but they don't realize that they're doing that. I try my best. I just look at it like, there's a lot of good things about her, and there's a lot of people out there that don't have parents or don't only have one parent. And so I consider myself actually pretty lucky, even though my childhood was stressful and not normal. Kind of weird how guacamole turns into a deep conversation about behaviors. But yeah, how are you guys doing? How are you doing, Carolina, Crete, Fox? I'm checking out your profile pic. Looking pretty hot on there. So is Clarity Creek, huh? What's up? You guys live in LA? Wanna hang out? All is good. That's awesome. Dude, your retro is always in a good mood. Seriously. Do you ever make videos, Retro? Maybe you should start a YouTube channel. Let us know the secret to having such a positive outlook on life. Man, that took me that long to make guacamole. We're already 42 minutes into this live. Too shy to make videos? Aw. I'm too shy sometimes too. I was over at the Lowe's right now looking for something and I couldn't find it. And there was this girl there that I was like, whoa, she's pretty hot. And but she, I don't know. It's weird when you have all have masks on. It just feels like so strange. But before I could say anything, she just kind of disappeared, and I was just like, oh no, I missed my chance. But that's the thing. Like, I'm a little bit shy too. You know, like I should have jumped on it the moment I noticed, and I let the moment pass, and it was too late. But of course, like I say I let the moment pass, but there was no like vibes or anything. It's not like she noticed me. Otherwise, like I would have been like, yo. Anyways, looks like I'm losing everybody. Everybody seems equal when wearing a mask. That's interesting. You know, one thing I like about wearing a mask is like people can't, like, I'm the type of person that really shows emotion. Like I was thinking about going and playing poker. Because, you know, there are poker games right now. They have plexiglass around the table, so you're separated from the people next to you. And playing poker with a mask on, I think I might be able to do better because, like, I show my emotions too much. And people only being able to see your eyes, I feel like I could play poker a little bit better. I'm so curious how good the picture is right now because I'm using like the new setup. But when I use the new setup on my computer, on my PC, my desktop, it looks really good. And I'm just curious if plugged into the laptop like I am now, if it looks the same or if it's like a lower quality. I think if it is a lower quality, I just need to install the software that I'm using on my PC, my other piece, my desktop, onto my laptop, and then stream that way through the Streamlabs, and then it'll look better. Oh, Carolina, you're sweet. So I don't know. I'm kind of. I probably should go do other things. I'm trying to think if there's anything I can do while I'm streaming right now to show you guys. I don't know. Oh, dope, retro. Dope. Trying to think. I don't know. It's hard to do these live streams, you know, like especially if you're like really trying to be entertaining. Not that I was like super entertaining. Like, I mean, I just made guacamole. But these live streams can be so draining because you're just like, oh, you like keep talking. Like I'm kind of an introvert. So talking to the camera by myself, it can be a little bit difficult. Like I kind of like doing the streams better when I'm like with other people. So I have like other people to kind of bounce off of. Like obviously like when I stream on this channel, like right now says there's only 3 people in the chat. So as cool as you guys are being and like interacting with me, it can be difficult to like keep up the energy and keep up the ideas. Like I like to plan things out, and that's why like some of my live streams just maybe seem not as exciting as maybe others, because some of them I really plan out what I'm going to say. And then also sometimes like even when I do plan out what I'm going to say, once I get going, my mind is not all there, and I keep losing track of thoughts. I start rambling like I'm doing now. Oh, thanks, Retro. Yeah. Where do you live, Carolina? And do you live in one of the Carolinas? Oh boy. I have so much to do. Like, oh my gosh. I'm like thinking about what I need to do. I didn't wash my hands either, so my hands are, considering I feel the jalapenos burning my fingers. So considering that, like, I shouldn't have my hands so close to my face. Like, bad idea. Oh boy. Yeah, I feel it. It was like burning. You know what's weird though? It's not burning here. Like the jalapeno didn't get right there. It got like here mostly. I feel it burning. It's on fire. Oh, that feels good. Oh, that feels good. Can somebody do that for me? Preferably a female. Oh, blow on it. Man, jalapeno is hot. I think my parents are going to complain throughout dinner how hot the jalapeno is. Okay, I'm running out of energy, guys. I think I'm going to have to go. But you guys are awesome. I'm so surprised how good it looks in here because it is so dark in this room. Well, let me give more light so you can see what I'm talking about. There you go. Now, does it look a lot better now? Like way more light? Now you can actually see my eyes. You want a closer look? There they are. Oh, good night, guys. Good night. Still curious where you guys live. But I guess I'll let it slide. Trying to think what to do next. What's the date today? San Antonio. Oh, damn, retro. I've been to San Antonio before. It kind of reminded me of LA a little bit. 92 degrees outside. 8% humidity? Wow. That's not good for the fires. 21st of December. Oh yeah, I want to get out to the nursery today. You know, for like plants. Armstrong Nursery. No. Green Thumb Nursery. Oh. See when it closed. Oh, it's already closed. Damn it. Damn, it closes so early. It's just after 5 and the nursery is closed. That's interesting. I wanted to buy this fertilizer and they were supposed to have it at Lowe's, but it's not there. All right, see you next time, Retro. Bye, guys. Bye, Clarity Creek. Bye, Carolina Creek. Bye, all the creeks. I don't want to leave, guys. I don't want to leave my friends. Later, Nick. You're still there. Dope. Oh my God, I'm trying to use the mouse for my computer for the laptop. All right, guys. I won't hold you up anymore. I'm just going to take off. But love you guys. Thanks for coming on. Until next time. Peace.